So, welcome to new episodes of Marketing Funnels with Nipun Syal. So, today we have Bryce with us from ClosedBot. Hi, Bryce. Welcome to our show.
Thank you so much for having me.
So, first of all, you have such a nice company name, ClosedBot. So, the name resemble what exactly it does. But I just want to ask what exactly ClosedBot is in a simple term.
Yeah, ClosedBot is a sales AI built specifically for marketing agencies to install for their clients. It is really the best in the market at lead qualification, booking appointments.
Amazing. And how it is different from the other bots because right now bot is taking over the world. And what's your call on this?
Yeah, ClosedBot has been the industry leader in a lot of areas that you see other platforms starting to grow into. We've been doing the whole drag and drop flow built bot for the past 3 years. And because of that, we are the best at it. We have something called Smart FAQ that allows the bot to notify you when it doesn't know the answer to questions. We go further into all the things needed to make it so you don't have to monitor the conversations. It notifies you when it needs something, and it works highly reliably, even if other systems like OpenAI have downtime.
So I seen that you got awarded by billion tokens by OpenAI. What exactly it is?
Yeah, first of all, a token is about one word. So when you see the 10 billion token award, that's like 10 billion words processed through our system. And now we do that about every single month. So huge growth in the past 3 years. It's been phenomenal.
So here is my question, like why don't you like lots of other tools allow us to add their open AI key? Why don't now CloseBot in version 2 didn't allow that?
Yeah, we used to allow that. And something we started seeing is people would think ClosedBot was having issues, but so a couple reasons. People thought ClosedBot was having issues, but really it was just their key that was failing. If you guys do a lot of stuff through OpenAI, Anthropic, you know that they have different levels of their API, and you have to like slowly ramp up to be able to do large volume. So their keys were failing, and it wasn't ClosedBot's fault, but it was just them
Okay.
and their management of the keys. But also for us to grow into HIPAA and SOC 2 compliance, we have to manage those keys. If we allow you to use your keys, then we'd have to force you to go through a bunch of regulations and paperwork to get the HIPAA compliance if you want that. This will make it as easy as a click of a button and you get HIPAA and SOC 2 once we have that ready.
Okay, so here's my next question. When some outrage happen, so in that case, humans are taking care of it in your case, your team, or still you are putting bot on it?
If there's an outage,
Yeah, yes, it's there is an outrage in your software. Now CloseBot bots are handling that support, or your team is handling the support?
if there's an outage with OpenAI, you're saying?
Yeah, yes, that's
Yeah,
what
if there's an
people would
outage
like.
with OpenAI, we
Yeah,
integrate with Gemini, Anthropic,
yeah.
Grok, and OpenAI. So we just fall back to one of the others that's still up and running.
So in some case, like if somebody is having some issues, and that's where I just want to clarify more about the CloseBot. So in that case, on the back end, your team is responding or CloseBot is responding for the ticketing system. Just
It's
like if I
for
have an
the
issue with, yeah,
for our support team ticketing
yeah,
system.
yeah,
Yeah, we have 24/7 support, and the first line is AI that can answer. Right now it's solving about 65-70% of all
yeah.
inbound chats for support is answered successfully by AI. Or you can ask for a human, and then that routes you to one of our human team members. And they have AI tools themselves too to help them locate areas in our help docs that help them answer questions. But yeah, 24/7 support at ClosedBot.
So here is like, do you think that CloseBot will take over fully human work, or still we need humans to do that? Because lots of people have now people know that AI is mandatory, but AI will replace human in this or not? Because the support agents are the one which do lots of the stuff.
I think it's important to remember that people want to be expedited to the point of success. In support, something like support, success is getting their question answered. They don't care if it's a human getting them to that answered question or not. So I think eventually AI will fully take over the support operation. But on the sales side, it's a little bit different. The end goal is to get them to book an appointment, right? And oftentimes people only do that when they reach their success metric of feeling understood. They can only feel understood when they feel like they're making a human connection with someone. Mainly for like higher ticket sales stuff. They want to feel like someone is putting in their time to respond to them. And to uphold that business trust, you don't want to lie to them. I never encourage people to make their AI lie about something, but it's the AI's job to route that person to the right, whether it be an appointment or a phone call, to the right success metric for the customer. And that's a human.
Okay. So that's a really nice answer. So what made you to start a close? But I just want to know your journey before that. Are you a software developer? What exactly your journey is like? How or you a marketer? How you exactly started with this?
Well, it's been a journey, man. I started work at Boeing straight out of school, and I worked on a software team there at Boeing. So Boeing, the airline jet company making airplanes.
Yeah.
This software group that I worked with did AI projects. And this was
Okay.
back 17, I think is when I left in 2019. So this was pre-Chat GPT. We were training our own models on images and text, machine learning. It was very different, much harder back then. I loved the work. I loved the software, but I hated corporate. So I ended up getting out of Boeing to work with my wife in real estate. She was a real estate agent at the time. And what I did was the software and automation side. I was text blasting 2,000 potential homeowners a day through a platform that I built and using AI as the first line of responses. Then I had a human team to step in once people showed positive or negative intent. All well and good. The market was on its way up. Real estate was super fun, but then it was right around when ChatGPT came out. The real estate market tanked. Unfortunately, that was the time when I plugged ChatGPT's API, OpenAI's API, into my existing system, and it worked tons better. But now we had no buyers and sellers in real estate. So I was
Yeah.
forced to sell this software solution to other business owners because we needed to make
Hmm.
money. And that was the birth of ClosedBot.
And how it get validated, like when you start from real estate to, because it's like a shift towards the market. So how you validate the product, like if somebody wants to start it from a scratch, so at what vision you say, okay, this product will work for the other niche as well?
Yeah, it was slow. At first, it was just for real estate people. There wasn't even an interface for you to log into. I was just doing like custom build stuff, utilizing my code base, custom tying it into whatever platform they used. I didn't even know about like High Level or HubSpot. I didn't know about any of these things. But then people started asking for things that were kind of similar to real estate, like home services, landscaping, like those types of things. So I slowly made it more and more horizontal, built out other types of bots people could select. And then it got to be too much. And then I was like, I just need a way for people to modify it themselves. And that's where I started to build the front end where people could modify their own bots.
That's really amazing. But here, like now, do you think that agent studios every day we see like OpenAI is fighting with Gemini and other, and now they are coming up with their AI agents also. So do you think that it's a threat for ClosedBot or not?
No, that's not a threat
Mm.
for ClosedBot. They're going to go more in the way of personal assistant, tying into your
Yeah.
pictures, your email, that
Mm.
types of thing, but they won't be tying in directly to your system of record. So your high level account or your HubSpot account, whatever you use for your CRM, and specifically building agents for lead qualification and booking to calendars. That's not someplace I see them going.
And now we go more deeper into the new name HubSpot and High Level. So do you think that HubSpot and High Level will come up with the same stuff?
Yeah, both of them have their own sort of built-in native solution. And both of them have made it apparent that they plan to go horizontal and not vertical. Let's take High Level, for example. They are the all-in-one platform. So they build all the tools you need to get going. But if you need to go deep in a certain category, they rely on their marketplace for that. And it's no different for the sales AI. For most people, it is fine to use their sales AI. But for the people that want to make it the cornerstone of their business, that's where they've made it apparent that people maybe should look at an alternative solution that provides something like we do that allows the AI to be more robust, more reliable, SOC 2, HIPAA compliant, and fully reportable with our our existing dashboards and upcoming improvements.
That's really nice. Now, I'm just giving a live example of ClosedBot, and I just want to disclaim it's not a scripted one, which we are talking it like just like we are on the. So today I was testing it, and then I was building a bot for a client on a ClosedBot itself, and then ClosedBot comes like I said, okay, you need to be more conversational, and then it accidentally, like intentionally, make the what spellings wrong. So it's like what, and then oops, it's what. It's look like more human. So how you come up with those ideas that the bot should not look like a bot?
Well, these are things I did in my early real estate days when I was trying to get
Yeah.
replies from people, sending the first message and then with a typo and then the second message with the correction. So this is something I had 3 years ago,
Okay.
right when ClosedBot was started. It made a huge impact. And then the message breakups was another thing, allowing the AI to send larger messages as two smaller messages. I was just thinking to myself, how exactly do humans respond? And we need to make it work that way.
Yes, and I think we need to send some open-ended stuff also so that people can reply. There should not be like the sentence should not be complete. And I was creating a funnel, and there was a weird subject line which see you will get 100% open rate, but you will get 100% spam rate as well. But the 100% open rate for a cold email is it was like right now, see everybody's doing like recap of 2025. So recap of your GPT, recap of this, and that cold email was re, that is the reply, and it was recap of Pornhub 2025.
I saw that.
Then people will always open what? Who say send me
Yeah.
there is an internal message, and that was like lots of people showing because some where some of their like husband wives will be fighting. What kind of recap you are getting about it? But it was like a cold email with 100% open rate, but 100% spam rate also. Like so, lots of people
What a great
reply back.
experiment.
Yeah, but lots of people reply back also like, okay. So we did it with a few people and say like how exactly it goes. But the reply rate to warm up a domain was quite good. So I think
Yeah.
the biggest challenge with the AI is it should not look like AI. That's it. I think the major where ClosedBot comes into picture. Now my second thought is like even I was testing ClosedBot, even I tested lots of bots. Nothing in favor of particularly any particular company, but sometimes when we test it in a test mode, it works brilliantly well. And then when we deploy it, sometimes it just change the script. Just like when we tell them just take their name and then take their email and then take their phone number, bot instantly asked for three questions. So how ClosedBot dealt with it? Because I tried it and then it was doing it in that incognito mode.
Yeah. So for ClosedBot, we have a testing portal that directly mimics exactly how it's going to work in production. Most testing modes, for example, don't allow you to test conversational booking because it's really hard to do, or pull in exact contact information, update fields. So you can only test so much before you actually just have to send it into production or test yourself and delete the contact from high level. You don't have to do that with ClosedBot. And it's a lot more reliable, a lot more similar to how it actually operates into production. So when you test it and it works a certain way in ClosedBot, that's how it's going to work.
Okay, as per my experience in the AI part, what I feel is AI can filter the first line. Like, it can qualify the lead, it can book the appointment, but it can't close the high ticket one directly on the conversation itself. Like in there, we need a human. So, what's your call on this? Because you are experienced with lots of companies right now on the ClosedBot. So, what's your call on that? Does ClosedBot or any other bot solving the last part of high ticket also, or it's just qualifying and booking an appointment? Because booking and showing up an appointment is again a big challenge.
Yeah, at that point where the lead is qualified, perhaps booked an appointment for you since you're familiar, it's more beneficial to switch over to just an open-ended conversation node so it can freely discuss, pull in information, but not necessarily really try to get certain objectives. There are people using ClosedBot to close high ticket sales, but those type of sales are what I was discussing before, where it's really important that people have trust in your company. And at ClosedBot, we're focused on expediting people's journey to success. And for those type of people, success for them means them being connected with a person that truly understands them. So for us, we want to focus on the front end, the big volume lead qualification, so you can focus on the best leads and they get your full attention.
And there is one like good thing about you. Every day you go live. So like how exactly like as a founder, sometime at a point when you have a good recurring, you said like, okay, now team is handling and even like 1,000 people are showing up, even like 5 people are showing, your energy is same because I have attended 2 3 events of yours, the online, because it give me a notification Bryce is online and live and people are excited. Now there is a dilemma also because lots of people what they do is on the internet they just show like the lifestyle and where you are teaching everyday life. So I just want to know like what gives you that energy and how you get motivated every day I need to show up live. What's your thought on it?
I'm really good at doing the same thing every day. I used to be big into learning foreign language, and that has also helped me in building ClosedBot. Being a software developer, learning foreign language. But when you're learning a foreign language, you literally have to spend every day, at least for a little bit, doing it. And I was really good at learning language because I'm good at doing the same thing every day. The lives are something that I told myself it doesn't take much time and it's going to help me and it's going to help my audience if I do these things. So if I decide not to do it, it's a decision to not move the business forward as much as I could. So I go live every day. It helps me recap my day. It helps me practice for events like this where I'm talking to the camera, and it helps my audience be more educated on what we're doing. So it's a no-brainer and it's easy to do and everyone should do it. If you're selling something, you would be amazed at how much of an impact just going live and talking about it every day can make a difference for you.
Right. Even I am doing it from the last 35 days, like we are going everyday life. But I have my AI avatar also, like because I just created my avatar for the Reels part, whatever the new trend coming in GHL, AI tools. So my avatar goes every day, but it's on the Reels part. But I think, no, I don't want to, because if avatar takes over every day, here, how my skill will get improved daily. So I thought, okay, 4 Reels of avatar and one I will be definitely live and doing
There you go.
something, whatever
There you
I'm doing.
Yeah, it
And
helps.
yeah, and it work tremendous. Like sometimes we feel that okay, when you are on, nobody's watching you, but lots of people are noticing. Just like me, I never tell you that hey, you are everyday line, but I am noticing every day in my subconscious mind when I see the notification. Yeah, Bryce is doing something. He's everyday life. So I think that's a
Yeah,
good stuff. Yeah.
that's the thing too. I rarely get comments. Sometimes I'll even have one that gets no likes and no comments, but keeping in mind that there are people watching.
Do people watch? Because I got a LinkedIn DM today. It was like watch your YouTube video 2 days back, and from that they ping me on LinkedIn, then we jump on a call, and it was again a high ticket. And I was like, okay, nobody is watching on YouTube. Like I was doing whatever I'm doing, just I just make a habit like this. When I'm creating a funnel, something I do daily, something new, I just make it live and see lots of people. If they are watching, okay. If they are not watching, that's it, it still be there, but still it get conversion, because after 30 to 5 days I see lots of DMs, lots of comments. So it takes time, like, but how you get
Yeah.
the energy when nobody's on live, like, or hardly you get a comment?
Um, well, I'm not just doing it for them. That was part of the reason, but also part of the reason is just practicing and then recapping my day. It's almost like a diary entry for me. No one writes in their diary because other people are going to read it. They do it for themselves. And so that's part of it too. Finding the intrinsic motivation to do that is going to help a lot because you're not going to get comments. You're not going to get likes, at least most of the time.
Yeah, and what I do is like we have lots of similar. I just write it every day. Okay, I do live, go to the gym or fitness one, and then I'm just taking a screenshot in between. Like one day we'll show this journey. Hey, that was not like the single reel or double reel that it will help us to build that brand. It's like the everyday grinding when nobody was there to support. I think
Yeah.
that's where, like, even we are recording this and we are hosting it on YouTube after a year. We might not know, like, after 2 months, 5 months, whenever we're gonna definitely gonna make a brand soon. But in that case we can show, hey, this is what we are doing. And now my next question is like, what 3 tips, 3 mistakes people do, because you get lots of people, what 3 mistakes people do while building a bot?
Specifically while building a bot, two things
Yeah.
that come to mind right away. And they do this in every aspect of their life. We all do. Is planning too much before just doing it. Rather than planning this perfect, beautiful, perfect scenario, testing tons and then putting it into production, build the minimum viable product of what provides value for you or your customer. You'd be surprised how much value a simple bot is that can get someone's name and email before tagging them, and then a human steps in. Get that working first, then slowly add stuff. So that's the biggest thing people can do. Just get the minimum viable product out there that provides value to you and your customers and send it live. The second thing is over constraining your bot. People like to put a bot out there and they'll notice they like everything about it. They love it, but they don't like that it uses one particular word too much. So then they'll go in the persona and say, don't use this particular word. And then they'll notice another little thing and it slowly stacks up. The instructions of what to do and not to do slowly stacks up. And when you're building a bot, there becomes a point where you've over constrained it. That means you've given it so many requirements, such a tight box, that it kind of internally freaks out and it doesn't know how to accomplish what it's supposed to accomplish based on how it was trained. And that's when things get weird. So people say like, oh, it was working perfect. It was doing all this stuff just a few days ago, and now it's not. What happened? I just told it not to say please at this certain time. And it's like, yep, that was the final straw to break the camel's back. Now it has no idea how to accomplish its goal based on how it was trained. Go and remove all this junk and just kind of let it do its thing. If it's closing deals and getting information, does it matter that it's not sounding exactly the way you would sound? No, it doesn't. So those are two things. The other
That's really
thing
amazing.
is
Yeah.
sales. People love to build and they hate to sell. And I am a culprit of this myself. Luckily, it's why ClosedBot exists. When I joined my wife on her real estate team, I was supposed to be selling. And instead, I spent most of my time building tech. Luckily, it worked out for me because now I own a software company. But if that's not the goal and your goal is to make money doing the thing you're doing, you need to be spending most of your time doing sales or have a team that's spending the most hours in the company doing sales. If you're just building, you're not going to make it.
Yes, that's really nice because that happened with lots of founders when I'm just like launching them in the beta version. Then we are not ready, Nipun. We are not ready. And then I said, you never get ready. There is no perfect product. You need to roll out to few people, get the inputs, and then start developing. Might be the feature you are trying to build don't require that. Just check the market what they need exactly. Yeah, that's and the part of the training that was really happened with me. I cloned my voice. I was trying for everything. The avatar part was good, but the cloning of voice was very difficult because the accent, like the Indian English accent and other, and it was needs to be like recognize that it's my accent. And then I trained like 2.5 hour. I was in the same studio. I was recording my sound and uploading, and still it was like I can easily recognize that's not my voice because I trained it over. I just start reading the scripts and other stuff, and then I realized, Nipun, that gonna not work. What I need to do, I just change a simple strategy. Like just I'm talking to you, I record that, and then I just put it over there, and then I think we have trained 11 labs for 17 minutes, and in 17 minutes it's directly cloning my voice, and the 2 hours was not that good. Then team tell, hey Nipun, now we'll upgrade it. I said leave it. Now it is solving our purpose. Why
Yeah,
to overtrain it? Because now in 17 minutes, if it's having my voice doing all those stuff, why to ruin it again and again? Because we get a result in 17 minutes, and then we stop that, and then now it's worked perfectly. But the 2.5 this studio doesn't work.
exactly.
And then I figure out what's the problem because we are also giving their services. What's exactly going wrong? Because when I'm reading a script, I'm reading it like a monotonous stuff. Hey, this is that, this is that. Just I am completing my voice. But now when I'm talking to you, that's my real conversational voice. That's where the things come. Now, give me a live example. Any of the industry. We need to pick any of the industry. And now, how ClosedBot can help step by step. Okay, if you want to share your skin, it's again a good stuff. If you want to show it on a ClosedBot, or if you want to tell it like, okay, this is the step first I will do, this is the second, this is the third, how the bot can be done. So we
Yeah.
can do.
Let me pull up something and share my screen. I like to use home services as an example because it's a little bit more complex in most cases. Qualifying leads based on their drive time from a business address. Plumbers don't want to travel over an hour, so they need to be able to get an address, determine the distance from the business address, and then book an appointment or say that they're too far away. Sending an image of the person's house to confirm that you have the address right. Like all this stuff is stuff that's easy with ClosedBot that's impossible or nearly impossible with other systems. So let me pull it up
And
here.
there is a tap of arrow. Yeah, you can share. And that is where like lots of electrician, when they are on a work, they don't able to pick or book up an appointments. That's really nice use case.
I just did a live build call. That was yesterday. I just did that, and we built this. I can step through exactly how this works. So this is an agent in ClosedBot. Imagine it as you training a virtual assistant by showing them a diagram of how they qualify a lead versus writing out a big one pager on how to qualify a lead. I love to start out our agents going straight to a conversation node. And what this means is right when a conversation starts on any channel, it's just going to chat with the person. It's going to pull from your knowledge base, answer questions, just be there for them, answer questions. It's not going to be hard pressed to get answers to anything. Really good, especially for like live chat where people could come to this. This is a plumber example. They could come to this plumbing website and say, hey, I don't need an appointment. I just need to know your opinion on copper plumbing. Is that good, or should I go with something else? Like, they don't need to be qualified.
Right.
They might decide to if you provide helpful answers. That's what this does. It just chats with them. But we have these things called custom scenarios. If we detect that this person wants to book an appointment with us, we have some very specific things we need to do. In this example, we get their first name, get their address, get their email. It's going to get all of it together, however the AI wants. So it still provides some freedom for the AI. And then after we get that information, notice this one's not the AI colors. That's because it's not going to say anything. At this point, it's going to use the address given and use the business address to calculate drive time. And then based on drive time, it's either going to decline, saying that they're too far away, or it's going to pull in their image from Google, send them the image saying that we do work in that area. Is this your house? And then conversationally book an appointment. So I can even test this right here, show you what I meant by our testing portal being so amazing. Hey, I was hoping to get you to come out for a quote for a sink replacement. Okay, so we see that that message made the AI know that they want to book an appointment. So it came down here and highlighted this. Let me go get an address. Actually, I have an address. So it says, sure, can I get your first name and the address for your quote, street number, name, city, state, or stare, zip, plus an email to send the estimate to. And it mistyped stare instead of state, so it corrected that.
Yeah, that's what I was telling, like a tool
Yeah.
like this.
So now let's give it an address. And if I didn't give it all of the address, it would say, oh, looks like you missed the zip code. I'm going to expedite this a little bit and gave it all the information. Oh, I forgot to give, it needs my name and email. So it's still working on that, and I can see what it's working on.
Okay, from these keynotes, we can see like how bot is thinking.
And something else cool is we can click this and undo a message and retest a slightly different message. If I want to just go back and forth and kind of test this exact spot a little bit more, I can do that. I can even undo, so take the message away and go and change some settings in here and then retest. So it's a lot faster to get stuff live. You don't always have to test from the beginning. Okay, I'm giving it some of my information, and then it's going to be checking the distance, seeing if it's within, I have it set to check if it's with less than an hour of our business address. So this gets the distance from our business address, which I just hard typed in. You could use variables, so I could do the location address from in here. And then it sent an image of the house confirming that that's the house. And then I don't have yeah, it's amazing, right? I don't have a sub account attached to this, but if I did, I could conversationally book here, selecting the calendar. This means I don't have a calendar selected, but yeah, all within here. And the crazy thing is, like, all of this information, if I have a sub account attached to this, we create a fake contact in that account, and you can see all these messages back and forth in your high level sub account. And then when you close the testing portal like this, boom, we delete that contact. And that's how we're able to test the conversational booking and rescheduling and field updating tags. All your workflows get tested, everything. So you know once you get this set up, it's working the way you want.
And if it books a calendar in GHL, does it like delete that calendar booking as well? That's really amazing. Because the problem with lots of guys are like when they are doing the testing, they keep on filling up a client calendar. And then the
Yeah.
real, because it is on the real time, and they are losing lots of money on the table. Because, hey, no calls today because all the testing was on the dummy part.
Yeah, I forgot to clean up the calendar. Whoops.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare to manage that
Yes.
stuff.
Right. And now tell me something about like the work life. You work with your wife as a co-founder. How's the work-life relationship going and how exactly things? So we keep on discussing everything about business, how exactly it goes.
Yeah, business is our life and we love it. So we really
Yeah.
have a hard time discussing anything except work, and we love that. Even with our kids, we discuss work. We bring up things that we're doing in work as examples to our kids to help them overcome obstacles that they're coming up with. We have a really nice separation of I'm product, I'm
Okay.
vision, I do the podcasts, I'm on
Yeah.
social media. She is all things operations, finance, legal, SOPs. I hate that stuff. So, and she hates the stuff I do. So we don't have to talk a lot during the day. And even though we
Yeah.
work at the same office, we have two separate offices in the same building and we drive separately. So
Yeah.
we get to unplug a little bit on the drive. We don't call
Mm.
each other. We kind of do a reset and then we're in work mode. We chat once we get to work over ClickUp. That's our team chat.
Yeah.
We don't text each other. Unless we're talking about something personal, then we'll text. So
Yeah.
everything business happens at business through the business channels. And then same thing, when we go home, we drive separate. And that's kind of our reset. And then we go to the gym together. So that's kind of our cutoff. Like go
Yeah.
to the gym together, and at that point, it kind of unplugs us from business, and then we're ready for family time.
Amazing. That's why I was smiling. It's like it's just recall me like me and my wife. We both go to the same office, our office, and then she first goes to the gym, and then she get ready from there and directly goes to office. And me is like I work in EST hours and I live in India, so I woke up late and then I goes to directly office, and then in the evening I goes to the gym, and then we come back. But we are at the same office, so we at the lunch we are together, and the communication is entirely from Slack, and whatever is personal is from WhatsApp and SMS.
That's funny. So
So
you're the same.
yeah. So and then the kid's role comes up like when I just went like come over her place, and then the kid. So I have a 8-year-old child. So he used to like we don't tell him like okay we are doing the, but he keep on listening to the stuff like okay on the podcast. So it's a AI
Yeah.
marketer, and sometimes like this thing like already like inherited, like he said like when he used to travel with us and like different workshops, then he see okay lots of people, so this is AI bot and other stuff.
And then they ask such good questions
Yes.
like
Yes.
how did you, like our son has started asking like how did you come up with ClosedBot? How can I
Yeah.
start something like ClosedBot? So who uses ClosedBot? And that's a good way
Yeah.
to teach kids about entrepreneurship, about how they can do the similar thing if they want to. It's not for everyone, and
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yes. And even like sometimes like while I'm talking to you and he's over here, he just listened and said, okay. And he said like, so he was doing a podcast with Bryce. He know everything. Like I didn't tell him like, okay, I'm doing a podcast or I'm doing this. Or if I'm telling him, hey, I'm just going to the workshop. He listened to it and he said, okay. So this guy, like my dad is going tomorrow over there. We are going every over there. Just like next week, I'm traveling to Mexico. Now he knew. Now he knew. Okay, so they are going to Mexico for the AI workshops and other stuff. Then he tell to everyone in our family. So my friends, oh, this guy is doing this. But I love like this is the best part. Like we don't want to force them what they want to do. It's their choice, but still they are learning new stuffs.
Yeah.
That is quite similarity between us. I love that.
Yeah. I like that. It
Yeah.
is fun. It's fun to work with Laura. That's her name, co-founder. I feel like we've been married like double the time because
Mm.
we spend so much time together, and also we have all the similar interests. We have the same
Yeah.
struggles, the same high points, same low points. It's really cool.
Yeah, and at the same question I asked to Alex Hermosi, hey, I work with my wife, and like on the vacations also we keep on discussing about the work, or sometimes on the work we keep on discussing about the vacations as well. He said, okay, and he said, do you think anything wrong with it? I said, no. He said, why? then that's everything is going on. Even I work with my wife, then Alex said like me and Leela do like this. So it's like it's a best part. I think it's a blessing if we are working with our wife as a co-founder.
Yeah.
So okay, and now so you tell me about the ClosedBot part. What's your next vision? Like what you are envisioning with the ClosedBot in the next 2026? What's your biggest goal?
Yeah, we have it all mapped out. We have a reporting module coming in Q1 that'll allow you to build custom dashboards to report on a lot deeper metrics. That is an opportunity for us to organize our backend data really well so that in Q2, we can roll out our Copilot that can interact with that data and give more suggestions on what to build, how to build it to improve your systems based on data that it's seeing in your reports. And then Q3, looking into more built-in conversation channels, like if someone's not using High Level or HubSpot, the ability to use ClosedBot still to automate Facebook Messenger, Instagram DM, WhatsApp, Telegram, all these sort of conversation channels within our system. And then after that, who knows? Who knows where AI is going to be, what the new industry standard will be, the way vibe coding is going. We may need a way for people to be able to customize their experience within ClosedBot via prompting and asking for a different experience. Anyone who says they have like a 3-year plus vision for where they're going to bring the company is full of shit.
Yeah.
So
That's what like I said 2026 only because you
yeah,
never know like
I
after second
appreciate
quarter
that.
also.
You know,
After second quarter we don't know like okay what's new thing, or maybe we are vibe coding at ClosedBot. Hey, I want to build a bot like this, and we are just prompting, or by just like vocals only, hey, I just want to build this bot, and the bot is over there. And if people wants to reach you out, how, which is the best channel in which they can reach you out? I will put that all in the description. I will put the ClosedBot link in the description also. People can join and see how the product is, and which is the best way to reach you out for the people who are
LinkedIn
listening to it.
is LinkedIn's amazing. That's where I share a lot of my more professional stuff. I do research in AI based on a lot of the data we have. So which models are actually better and lead to more booked appointments. We know because we have the data on that. And that's where I share that stuff on LinkedIn. Instagram is more personal if you want to see just my life and how I interact with family. That's where that is. Otherwise, our ClosedBot Facebook group. If you just want to get started in ClosedBot and want a community of people building in ClosedBot, our group's amazing.
That sounds good. And thank you so much for like sharing some insights and sharing that how exactly it is solving the problem. Because I love to see lots of people say, okay, our product solve this. Showing that people can easily visualize from this 5 point touch points only, we can close the deal. Sometimes people build a long detailed funnel. Hey, do this, do yes, do no, do this. And then in the end, nobody reached to that point. So just from the 5 clicks, you can get it's lovely interaction.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much for this.
Thank you.